Hi, friends. Welcome to Race to Rise podcast, a place where we discuss bite sized wisdom nuggets with easy to follow practices to live a better life. I am your host, Mital Patel, a parenting junkie, Ayurveda enthusiast, and an advocate of conscious living. The ability to choose and change is a gift, especially since so many of our habits and identities that we're walking around with were just not consciously chosen by us, right? What do I mean by that? So, for example, the weekend went by, and you're just fed up with starting the Monday mornings in a sour mood and, rather than staying up late and waking up exhausted, you really want to greet each morning with a smile and full of, enthusiasm and excitement. And you're determined to become a morning person. But then life happens. Life happens in a way where, first your kids are struggling to get up in the morning, then they're fussing about not to wear what you just took out for them, then they're not happy with the breakfast, and then they just don't want to, they want to watch a TV show right now and they don't want to get ready and get out of the door, etc., etc. And this is just a morning. Wait till you go to your work and your boss invites you in for an important meeting, and then your friends invite you for lunch out or dinner out. And then, of course, when you get home, there is this chaos and sibling fights, and it's a constant battle, right? But what if I say that it doesn't have to be this way? What if I say that there is an end to this struggle? What if I say that I have a solution for you? What if I say that I have figured out something for my family and it's been working great? What if I say that it might not work for you, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? So today I really want to share what I have done. I just added one thing in my life, and it's called pre-planning. It has been a game changer with two kids, with getting them ready for school in the morning and getting out of the door. It used to be a constant battle, but not anymore. It has been such a great transitional morning, and we've had a great days by planning things ahead of time, and we have been saving a lot of brain energy. Trust me, if this one thing, if you change this one thing in your life, you are set. You are set in terms of no more morning struggles, no more afternoon struggles, no more evening struggles. Okay, so now you must be wondering, what the heck is this pre planning? Okay, so this is what we've been trying, and our weeks have been great. So I'm going to share this just without taking up further ado. We have started planning our weekdays on the weekend. So there are two mainly things that we have been doing it, and it's been a game changer. One is planning our clothes ready for 5 days so that there is no fuss about getting ready in the morning. And the second one is meal plans. Yes, I don't mean by meal plan in the sense I cook and keep everything in the fridge, because I am a big big advocate of, eating fresh food. I'm big advocate of, I follow Ayurvedic lifestyle. And so I don't believe in eating leftovers. I try not to, at least. There are maybe one or two times a week that I might end up, we might end up eating leftovers, but we just try our 100% not to eat any leftovers, just because of what Ayurveda says, that eating leftover is like, eating dead food. There is no life force left once it's kept in the fridge and stored, for hours and days. So, anyway, to the first point is planning our clothes out for the week. Yes, so I have a 5-year-old now, 5-year-old, and I have almost a 12-year-old, and me. We three of us have to get ready, in the morning, early morning. me and my older one leaves the house by 7:15 a.m. and my little one doesn't have to get ready until 9 o'clock, but he fusses with grandma and daddy. So what we do is on every Saturday or Sunday. Most likely it's Saturday morning where we get done. But if we have some event or if we have something exciting or we're away for that on Saturday, then we'll do Sunday evenings or, sometime during the Sunday. What we do is we take our clothes out for 5 days. So for little one, because he doesn't know, what the weather, weather is going to be, how cold, how cool, whether he needs to wear short sleeve or full sleeves. What I do is I already take 5 pairs of clothes out for him, and then I ask him to choose. What does he want for Monday? What does he want for Tuesday? And I give him only two choices, this or this for Monday, this or this for Tuesday, this or this for Wednesday, and so on. And there haven't been any fusses since I take the clothes out. And then, I involve him in choosing his socks out or in choosing his underpants out, right? Some days he wants Paw Patrol and some days he wants Mickey Mouse. So, what I've learned, when you include them in planning, your life becomes so much easier and they feel like they are mattered and they feel their choices matter. They are heard of, they're being seen. And so that gives them, and then bringing this autonomy where you are letting them choose, it actually helps them build confidence, independency. And it builds the self esteem that, yes, I did something, right? I made a choice, I made a decision. And so this autonomy gives them, it's a critical part for their development. So it works great. And of course, you don't have to struggle in the morning for them to get ready. So once his choices are done, I put his clothes away. My older one has, he gets to pick, he's almost 12, he gets to pick whatever he wants. I don't participate in choosing his clothes for him at all, just because I want him to have that full autonomy in at least choosing his clothes. I don't worry about that the shirt and pants are not matching. I used to, but I don't fuss about it because a couple of times he mentioned like, "Oh, you care so much about, me matching the clothes. Why does it have to be this way?" And so I didn't want him to feel that all the time. And so during school time, I let him choose what he wants to do and he can figure out what he wants and whatever makes him comfortable and whatever, it's about feeling. How do they feel when they wear it, right? I have left my arbitrary standards of, society standards that my clothing has to match. But if they have, like a photo shoot in school day, picture day, whatever, if there's a special, then I take clothes out for him and then I'd be like, okay, do you want to do this and this or you want to do this and this, right? Then I take a little bit of in charge of choosing his clothes. But rest of the day, like on a daily routine, I just step back and let him do what he wants to do and where it makes him feel that, he can make his own choices. Because again, autonomy is critical for their brain development and it gives them, it helps them boost confidence, self-esteem, and independency. And then second thing, and then of course I take my clothes out and then we're ready. So just taking, and it literally only takes us 10 minutes to take our clothes, all three of our clothes out. And just, we have this whole organizational part in my closet where we just store our clothes, we fold it together and we just keep it all together. And just 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes on, during the weekend saves me like all the struggles and all the fusses, all the cries and all the screamings and, power struggles to get ready in the morning on school days and, in the mornings. And the second thing is meal plans. Now, what do I mean by meal plans? So, for the meal plans, what I do is I have this blank calendar without like undated blank calendar. And so I will do breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. And so I will just write down what we're eating for breakfast, what we're eating for, lunch, for snack, and for dinner. I will not cook them ahead of time. Only snacks. So if we're doing something called mamara, so these are like puffed rice. And so stuff like that, if we're like snacking, like crunchy something, of course we try that our snacks are also Ayurvedic friendly, but sometimes they are not. Sometimes I do, offer kids cookies because just because we don't follow 100% like, the rigid diet, but we try to stay, within limits. And plus, we also try to avoid any processed food or any pre-cooked food that, purchase from outside and eat. We're following certain lifestyle, certain, diet restrictions and things. And so I don't much share about our diets and stuff all the time, so you might not be aware of it. But yes, we try our best not to eat from outside, like restaurant food or, food that's already prepared. Maybe a few times a month, unless we're outside and we don't have choice, then that's a different story. So meal plans and, so we'll just write down like, okay, we're eating oats or we're eating apples. So we'll buy the groceries ahead of time, or sometimes I miss to do that work ahead of time, so then I write down according to what we have. So if we don't have a lot of vegetables this week, then we'll try and do lots of different types of grains, or we'll do there's so many things, of course, not going in the detail, but what I do is I write down breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. And right there, I also, we do it as a family thing. So we'll just ask, like, okay, what do you guys want for dinner? What do you guys, really want for lunch this week? And so we'll take their recommendations and, we'll just add something if I have seen a recipe online or if something's easy. Most of the time, so during weekdays, I don't. And this is another thing that if any one of you are wondering that I do so much, disclaimer that I don't do so much. I have a help to cook, to clean, to organize things at home. My mother-in-law, I live with my mother-in-law, so my mother-in-law and my husband are very, very supportive of my work. So my mother-in-law will just cook every day. And so there are only lunches I make because I make fresh lunches for every day, Monday to Friday. I make fresh lunches even though I have to leave at 7:15 in the morning. I make fresh lunch for me and my kids because we try not to eat leftovers. So, yes, pre-planning, planning our clothes and planning the meal so we don't have to do the guesswork and we don't have to waste the brain energy in the morning. Because what I've noticed that there are weeks though, if we go out on the weekends and I don't get to do the plannings ahead of time, I have noticed the brain fog early in the morning. And I've also noticed that I am like really I get dysregulated very easily. Everything just, everything just annoys me. Let me just tell you in the simple language, right? Everything annoys me and everything just gets like really frustrated for me. And I struggle to, center myself when I don't have things that are done and I have to use up, my brain energy so much making these little decisions and, of course, handling the power struggles with kids in the morning. So try out for your family. This might work for your family. This might not work for your family, but it doesn't hurt to try new things. Again, when we try these different routines and different habits, you never know what might stick with you and what might feel better and what might bring you more joy and what might help you be more present. So pre-planning makes me feel more attuned to my kids needs on a regular basis, and it helps me be present. It helps me it helps me just be, and because I'm not using my brain energy that much. So I hope this helps. That's it for this week's episode of Race to Rise. Be sure to sign up to our email list at risewithmittal.com and join us again next time for more wisdom about life, kids, and everything in between. I am Mittal Patel, wishing you happy raising and rising.